Welcome! My goal is to make Yin Yoga ad-free during class. With your likes, comments, and watch time, I know we can get there. Now let's begin. Today we focus on the hips, easing pain and increasing mobility. So hands up over the head and deep breath in, pancake the hands together, isometric, exhale it out. Pancake together, deep breath in, pushing, activating, exhale out. One more time, deep breath in, pressing, activating shoulders, arms, fingertips, and let's shake it out. We're going to find Baddha Konasana or butterfly, not just to open the hips, but to activate the kidney meridian, which governs bones and joints. So feet together, doesn't matter where your knees land. They can be up high, working their way down to the mat, or fluid and open and right down into the mat. I'm massaging deep into bubbling well, the kidney endpoint meridian, and massaging toes, giving my feet appreciation, running my hands up and down the legs to bring stimulation and warmth to the joints. I like to flip one foot over so I can really get into the little toes, which stimulates the back of the hip while we activate the anterior hip and groin as well. Pay attention to bubbling well, the point right below the foot pad, working deeply there to heal all your joints. Okay, sitting up tall from here, we're going to come gently onto all fours and with toes tucked under. We want a foot stretch if we can get one. So we're going to sit back into extended child's pose. So bum down onto the heels or as close as you can get there, arms stretched out overhead. Take deep breaths. Relax your whole body down into the mat. When you're ready, we're going to launch up off that toe squat into circular cat-cows, 3 each way. It's sensual, we're rolling the shoulders, rolling the hips, relaxing into the joints, reverse the circle, rolling the other way, waking up the spine, activating the body. All right, from here, square up to tabletop, tops of the feet down to the mat, and if it's accessible, we're going to flip the fingers so they're pointing back towards the knees. Deep breath in, exhale out into cat. Deep breath in, cow, rock the pelvis, exhale out into cat. Keeping the hips parallel, deep breath in, and gently, slowly, long exhale out. Nicely done. From here, square up tabletop again, and we're going to extend the right leg out, press into the toe, and glide the knee up to find the pigeon of your choice. So left leg is back behind, right leg parallel in front. Now the foot decides how intense this will be. Angle it back to center for more ease, or slide it out to parallel for stronger activation. You decide. Find where you can straighten the spine if possible. We want to feel that left front of the hip opening strongly. Deep breaths here. Relax the shoulders. And go ahead and let's bring the hands in front. Find your edge where you feel the strong sensation, but not pain. Our goal today is to relieve the pain through activation. I'm coming down into a kind of pigeon Sphinx, And you can follow this along if it's accessible. Remember, you decide. Find your edge and deep breaths there. This Pidgeon variation, or the one of your choice, is deeply activating of the posterior hip, and that is going to bring nutrients and chi energy to alleviate pain and start the healing process. Take long, slow, deep breaths here in your own time. On your next exhale out, see if you can come down into a sleeping swan or sleeping reclined pigeon. And if it becomes too intense, I want you to come up to all fours and tuck into a balasana, a child's pose. You decide. Let's all come up, where we'll bring the knee under the hips, parallel the legs, and get in a couple more cat-cows. Sit bones moving left to right, spine stretching and activating, and walk it forward. Stretch out that left foot this time and bring it up into the pigeon. Remember, foot close to the center is easier on the hip. Pushing out the shin to be parallel in front brings maximum activation. We'll just be here for a moment with the spine straight, taking deep breaths, or fingertips tented to the front if you're not ready for the straight spine yet. You find the best pigeon for you, maybe bringing it down to that pigeon Sphinx. Reactivate the fingertips, pressing into the mat, pulling the mat apart, resting deep into the hips, stretching out that right side this time. The important thing is for you to find your edge and breathe into it. We're activating chi. We're activating energy that's going deep into the joints and creating healing response. Let's be here for another minute or so. Deep breaths at your own pace. Remember, if you need a break, come up into child's pose, rest, and then return when you're ready. You might want to bring it down to a sleeping swan, forehead pressed into the backs of the hands, releasing tension with every exhale. Let's all exhale out here and slowly, gingerly coming up, bringing that left knee under the hip into a tabletop, legs parallel to find relief. Counter pose with a quick cow, down to cat, stretch it out, and then we're coming over onto the back. I'm going to find a modified Vishnu's couch, backs of the hands under the bum, and gentle windshield wipers, rotating the hips internally and externally, bringing relief, stimulating that chi that we've gathered and are sending unblocked through the meridians to heal the joints. From here, we're going up into a fire log with the left leg, and I'm collapsing the fire log, knee down towards the mat, left ankle over the right knee. Now, if this isn't accessible, you can go into a kind of reclined deer pose. The left ankle doesn't have to be up over the right knee. We'll take breaths here, allowing the hips to open externally and internally with a light isometric as you lift that right leg up towards the ankle if you're in that position. Feel the glowing warmth in the right hip, and then release, and we'll swap sides. So the right ankle is over the left knee or parallel to it in a reclined deer. We're going to take deep breaths here, gently lifting the left knee towards the ankle, if that's our position. Easeful breaths in and out as we expand our mobility and strengthen the hip joints. If your neck gets tense, drop the chin. Keep everything relaxed. Upper body relaxes with every breath. On your next exhale out, let's roll over to the left side. So knees are parallel at first, and I'm supporting the head, coming into a sideways Vishnu's couch. I'm Charlie horsing my top hip, straightening the leg, flexing the foot, and knee to center, stretch out behind. pushing it strongly in, stretching it out, in and out. The toes are pointed down in a kind of martial arts kick, stretching behind. I'm activating the glutes, especially glute medius, which has so much to do with hip and lower spine health. Do a couple more here, and then I'm going to straighten that leg, dial it down, toes towards the mat, and I'm pushing in strongly to that glute medius, and I'm feeling a warm, tingling, possibly burning sensation into that muscle. This is good for it. This is helping support the hips and the lower back. Lift the chin, deep breaths. One more, in and exhale it out. Okay. If it's accessible, grab your foot and plant it in front of your abdomen, knee straight. It's a reclined fire log, and I'm stretching out my arm to put gentle outward traction on the knee. So I'm literally opening the mobility of that hip joint gently, evenly, and allowing for space in the lower spine. All right, let's roll on over and do the other side. We'll just get comfortable in a side body Vishnu's couch. And that top leg is coming down, knee touches, and then push it behind. Tap the knee, push behind. I do about 8 or 10 of these. Loosening the hip, front of the hip and the back of the hip, rotating the socket, pushing energy out through the heel, and stretch. Looking up, tightening the glute medius. You're going to feel a sensation, a zing in there as you keep that foot back, flexed, toes up. Deep breaths. One more, and then let it out. We'll bring the foot down in front if you can, if this is available. It's a side body fire log. It allows you to open the hip with gentle pressure while the knee is trying to come towards your face. So it's an isometric. Feel the space in your hip opening. And on your exhale, let's come on over to flat back. Stretch out long. Arms up over the head. Arch the back. Hands down by your sides. Feet on the mat. And keep that small of your back pressed into the mat. And we're going into a more traditional fire log with the left leg up. Go ahead and clasp the thigh, fingers together behind, and we're going to sync our breathing with the action of the legs. So it's going to be a deep breath in, pushing the leg away, isometric, the hands won't let it go, and then exhale down. Flex the knee, flex the foot, bring the knee towards the chest. Deep breath in, pushing away, straightening the leg, isometric. Exhale out, bringing it down towards the chest. One more time, deep breath in, pushing the leg away, holding it in with the hands. Exhale down, flexing. You can even clasp the shin and draw it in towards your chest. You're going to feel an activation in the lower spine and the opposite hip. Okay, let's let that go. Hands can clasp behind the head. Keep the fire log, and we'll do some gentle side-to-side twists of the spine with both feet flexed up, toes pointing towards the ceiling, knees rocking back and forth. This is a strong activation of the side body and the abs, all while rolling across the backs of the hips. From here, we're coming up, stretch the toes, stretch the fingers into Sleeping Possum, where we relax everything down. Small of the back rests against the mat, and I'm allowing for lymphatic drainage. I'm allowing for the energy to flow the other way as I rest the ankles, rest the knees, rest the hips, and take some deep breaths here. Okay, let's go ahead and do fire log on the other side, clasping the left thigh this time. On the deep breath in, trying to escape, we don't let it, and then exhale out, pulling the foot down towards the chest. Deep breath in, straighten the leg, tries to escape, isometric. Exhale out, flexing the knee down towards the chest. One more time, straighten the leg, pushing up energy towards the ceiling. Exhale down, flexing the foot, clasping the shin now, and pulling everything down to the chest. A few breaths in your own time here as we open up the opposite hip with this releasing pose. On an exhale out, come back to our fire log, clasp the hands behind the head and side body twist. Both heels, energy pushing into them with the toes flexed, feet towards the ceiling. And we're going to gently roll across the backs of the hips. Just a few more times, activating those abs and really working the side body while relaxing the hips. Okay, from here, feet down flat on the mat. Get yourself comfortable and centered, and we come up again to Sleeping Possum. Stretch the fingers and toes. And this time, let's roll the hands and feet. And it's like flinging water off the tips of the fingers and toes. Releasing energy, stretch and relax it down. Slight bend in the knee allows the small of the back to rest comfortably on the mat. Breathing here softly in your own time. All right, on your next exhale out, I like to clasp my toes with my toes, flex the knees down, and Mantha Chia, I'm going to press the inside of my elbow creases to the outside of my knees, clasp my hands, up we come to bound hedgehog. I am trying to get my knees to escape, but the elbows won't let them. Opening the sits bones left to right, you can really feel the spaciousness down in the hips. Okay, lay your head back on the mat and we can do some gentle circles, keeping the knees together or opening them wide. Melt into the mat and then reverse the circle. Round we go. Giving the hips a gentle rotation and allowing healing energy. All right, come on up to a traditional hedgehog where we flex the spine and then stretch it out long, arch the back, stretch fingers and toes. Hands come down to your side and Wiggleasana. Hips are the epicenter. Wiggle them out so the feet are fishtailing. The knees are rocking back and forth. The shoulders are loose. The head is loose. And exhale it down to your well-earned Shavasana. Here you can breathe naturally in your own pace and allow the healing of the practice to melt into your joints, bones, through every organ, system, and cell. Feel the chi flowing, healing energy reaching every point of your body. Let's be here for another 10 long, slow, deep breaths. Belly rises, and belly falls. When you're ready, wiggle the fingers and toes, lift the feet up, and rolling on over to face forward. Find your sit bones, lengthen the spine, hands up over the head, Anjali Mudra, down to the sternum. Thank you all for practicing with me today. Wishing you deep healing. Namaste.